Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Callie, and today's video is going to be a fun one because I am going to be decorating my front porch for spring 2022. I'm also going to be making some really fun DIY Cricut decor pieces for spring that I'm going to incorporate into my front porch decor. So stay tuned for that. That will be up first, and then at the very end of the video, make sure you stay tuned because I will be showing you guys how I incorporated those onto my front porch and how I decorated with them. So definitely stick around until the end for that. And I'm just really excited to share these with you guys. I also wanted to say thank you so much to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. It was so much fun just to sit down with my Cricut and kind of brainstorm these ideas for my front porch. And I also love making things with my Cricut because I know that not everyone is going to have these items. They're not at your local Hobby Lobby or Kirkland's or wherever you shop for home decor. It's really personalized, and that's what I really love about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. I keep seeing this wreath in the background and it is making me so happy because I am so ready for some vibrant florals and some warmer weather for sure. So let's go ahead and jump on into this video. Alright, so this year I've been really intentional about trying to use decor that I already have before I go out and buy something new, and I've been trying to do a lot of DIYs lately, as you guys have seen here on my channel. And I had this easel down in the basement. It just needed a fresh coat of paint, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do here. And I knew I could make it into a really beautiful sign for my front porch with my Cricut Maker 3. And so I'm just going to go ahead and give it a fresh coat of paint, just kind of liven it up a little bit, and then I'll take you through the process of making the sign that I'm going to make to put on it with my Cricut. So if you've never heard of Cricut, it's a smart cutting machine that allows you to create personalized projects with hundreds of materials. And here in a second, I'll show you the machine I'm going to be using. This is the Cricut Maker 3. It is so beautiful. I'm going to show you guys how it opens up. And I just love that. That's so much fun for me. It works with a software called DesignSpace that comes free with your machine, and this is where you create your project and browse from hundreds of images and fonts, which I'll show you guys here in a second how I did it. And then once you've created your design, DesignSpace will send it over to your machine to cut. And these are the materials I'll be using today. I'll be using this huge roll of white smart vinyl. I love this because you don't have to have a mat. You can just put it right into your machine and it cuts right from this roll. You of course don't have to buy a huge roll like this. There are smaller options, but I do a lot of projects, so I went ahead and got the Mac Daddy of rolls. But on Cricut.com, they have a ton of different options for materials in all different sizes, so you don't have to get a huge roll like I did. But the first thing I'm going to do is go into DesignSpace, which again is the software that I can make all of my designs in, and then it will send it to my Cricut to cut. So I had an idea of what I wanted my sign to say, so I'm just kind of typing that out here. And then I'm also going to add an image. There are tons of images in DesignSpace. I was looking for a watering can to go along with my design, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to add that to my project. And then I'm going to go through and just look for a font that I like. There are hundreds of different fonts in DesignSpace, which I really love because I'm one of those nerdy people that really likes looking at fonts. Like, I just think it's so much fun. And so there are hundreds of different fonts to choose from. So I'm just going to go through and find some that look like what I'm going for my design. And then I will click Make It, and it will send it over to my Cricut to start cutting. So I have been really loving these new smart materials for Cricut. I think it's so awesome that you don't have to have a mat. Again, you can still use a mat if you want to, but it's just been so much easier to just stick the roll in there and let it go to work. And this new Cricut Maker 3 works so fast, you guys. It was done cutting within minutes, probably not even a minute. I mean, it was super fast. So once it was done cutting, I'm just going to slice off the little bit of vinyl that I used and put my big roll away and unload this. And then I am going to start by weeding all of my vinyl out. and I'm using my Bright Pad Go to be able to see what I'm weeding. Since it is a white vinyl, it makes it a little bit more difficult to see, and so this Bright Pad Go has just been really easy to be able to make sure I'm weeding exactly what I need to be. You can again just use a really bright overhead light, but this has been a game changer for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and weed all of this out, and then I will put some transfer tape over it and we will transfer it on to my chalkboard. So it transferred on there really easily, and I'm just giving it one final push down so that it sticks, and then I'm going to peel this off. And that was it, you guys. That was it for this portion of the sign. And then I got to looking at it and I was like, you know what? I really want some kind of floral, bright design on here. So I went back in Design Space and found another little design that I'm going to put at the bottom of my sign. And I had this really beautiful floral vinyl that I had left over from another project. And this is again a CRICUT vinyl. I got it off of CRICUT.com and I thought it was perfect for spring. So I am going to use a mat for this. Again, that's what I really love about this CRICUT Maker 3 is you can use smart materials without a mat, or you can use it with a mat. And I think that is just really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that design out, and then I'll do the same steps where I weeded and put transfer tape over it. And then here I am just adhering it to my chalkboard. Same steps, just a new design, just to add a little something to the bottom of my chalkboard easel. So then while I was down in my basement just kind of looking through all of my other spring decor, again, I'm trying to be really intentional about using what I have. I found this really pretty watering can and I wanted to put a little design on it as well. So I went back to Design Space and found an image that pertained to spring on there, and I cut that out using again just some black smart vinyl, and I just did the same steps where I weeded all of the extra out. I'm going to put some transfer tape on it here, and then I'm going to transfer it to the watering can, and it's super easy. I love making these really personalized decor items, and I can change them out for every season, which I love. And not everyone is going to have this same decor piece, which for me is just great because I love just having personalized items in my decor. So here I'm just transferring this to my watering can and making sure everything is sticking. And then after this, I will take you guys to my front porch and we will get to decorating with these items. Oh, and one more thing before we head out on the front porch, I just wanted to mention that if you are interested in any of the CRICUT things that I have mentioned in today's video, if you want to check out some of the other machines they have, or the machine that I have, the CRICUT Maker 3, or any other materials that I've used today, I will have a link down below in the description that will take you directly to CRICUT.com. So check that out if you're interested. All right, so here's the before of my front porch. I still had out just a few items for my Christmas decor that kind of transitioned into winter time. I still had my Christmas pillows out because I didn't really have any pillows for the in-between. And so I'm going to take all of this stuff and just take it back down to our basement. And then I'm going to have my husband come up and leaf blow. I would say that we would power wash, but pollen doesn't end here until like the end of May, and so I really don't want to power wash until that's all over with. So since it is the beginning of really springtime, I'm just going to go ahead and have him leaf blow, and then once all the pollen and icky, sticky, allergy infested mess is gone, then we will come out here and power wash and do all of that stuff. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and leaf blow and just kind of give it a little bit of a freshening up, and then I'll show you how I decorated with all of my fun Cricut items. So I'm going to start at our front door because I feel like it's the focal point of our porch, and I really like to layer my rug. So I'm going to start with this really pretty teal rug, and then I got this beautiful doormat from Target, and it just says hello, but it's got all of these really pretty floral accents, and I loved the teal that matched with the bottom rug, and it also matches with my little rocking chairs from Walmart over on the other side. So I thought that was perfect. And then I'm going to throw this really pretty wreath on our front door. I've had this for a few years now, and it's from Kirkland's, and I think it's just perfect for spring. I do have a lot of birds that like to build nests in my wreaths come springtime, and this one they really love to build it in, so I might have to take it down for a little bit until they find elsewhere to nest, because we do come in and out of our front door a lot. So a bird in the house would not be that great. It also brings the snakes, and I don't know about you guys, but I hate snakes in the springtime. It's the worst thing about spring. So then I'm gonna move over here and put these pillow covers in these chairs. I got these from Amazon. I'll link them down below if I can find them. And I just love pillow covers because you can just switch out and make a old pillow fresh again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll add them to these two chairs and my other two chairs at my little bistro table over on the other side. So moving back to my front door, here's a close-up of how my little chalkboard easel turned out, and I'm just going to put it right here beside the front door. I think I'm going to put this little basket on it and put these faux, stem just fell off, I'll have to put that back on there. Put these faux tulips in the basket and then hang that on there. So we'll see what that looks like. So my original thought was to hang it on the chalkboard, but then I just kind of propped it up beside it, and I liked the way that that looked a lot more. And I think that the pink tulips just really make the sign pop, and I love that little corner by my front door. And then on this other side, I'm again going to use this wagon that my mother-in-law lets me borrow, and I just have this faux fern, and I'm going to put that down in there. And then I have my little cutie watering can that I put my vinyl saying on, and I'm just going to kind of decorate this like a little gardening wagon. I think it turned out really cute, and I love just the galvanized metal with the black, and then the metal ties in with the wheels of the wagon. I think it looks so cute, and a pop of green. I love that. And then I'm going to move over to our little bistro table and give that a little decorating as well. All right, so the last little area, I again added a couple more of those pillow covers from the other side. And then I had this really pretty blue tray down in our basement and this really pretty flower arrangement. And I'm just gonna kind of stick this on this tray. This little lantern is from Kirkland's, and I thought it was really pretty because it lights up. And I'm going to stick that on there, and then I'm just going to use a little galvanized bird that I have to kind of tie in with the stuff in the wagon. All of this stuff I already had, and I just kind of shopped my own decor space. I also really love to have a tray on this table because we like to come out here and sit with our coffee, and so it just kind of steadies our cups. And I'm just going to work this around until I find a way that I like it. And then I had an extra one of these flowers, so I'm going to stick this over on a table in between on the other side. Alright you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it and maybe got some inspiration for your front porch or your outdoor space. And I had so much fun making these Cricut projects and showing them to you guys. And again, thank you so much to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I do a lot of home decor, cleaning, DIYs, all kinds of things. Anything that makes a house a home is what my channel is all about. And I can't wait to have you on this journey with me. So definitely click that subscribe button down below. Give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.